Hey, it's Molly with As Told by a Slut. I'm a slut, and it has been a wild week or so. There have been some wild accusations, some crazy middle school mean girl bullshit, threats. What else? I'm really, bummed out still. You know, this is my channel. If you're here watching me, I'm assuming you're somewhat interested in what I have to say, so this is what's going to happen. Um, yeah, Heather Jana threatened to file a lawsuit and sue me if I didn't remove that video. And unfortunately, because of criminalization, I, you know, submitted and buckled and took my video down. It was not what I wanted to do, like, at all, but I don't have the time or whatever. But let me just be very, very clear here. What Heather Jana and her bullshit bully friends did is wrong. And just because she got what she wanted by me taking down the video doesn't mean that she won. I still have that video. Maybe I'll re-upload it at some point. I don't know. It's not getting deleted. I still have the audio message of her starting this, that perpetuated and started this whole thing by sending that voice message to multiple people and, oh, Molly works with the cops, blah, 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 blah. The thing that's so wild to me is, another colleague who I don't really know this person at all, so I don't know if they're, sketchy or helpful or what, but they did show me some evidence, if you want to even call it that, where one of this basically, like, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to, like, this person's like, it's always all secretive, right? Because everyone in sex work, unfortunately, a lot of people are lying and gossiping and blah, blah, blah. So, someone probably got some screenshot from somebody and they're like, don't show anybody, don't show anybody. So it's like, I don't know, I'm probably the 20th person where it's like, don't show anybody, this has to stay between you and I. So, I mean, I'll keep my end of the bargain there. So I'm not going to, like, reveal too many, like, who and what. But I will say that I found out what, one of Heather's really trusted friends, one of the people who decided to just call me ugly and smelly, her proof is that I hosted a party. That is literally it, It's like in the right context, when you grease up somebody just right, you tell them a story, you set the scene just perfectly right, the context is set up, and you show an out-of-place DM, it can really, you can really orchestrate a lot of stuff and fuck somebody up that way. So, props to you. Actually, like, it's really sad that somebody spent that much time doing that. But I just think it's wild that this Heather person is like, there's irrefutable evidence, and the multiple sources who I've talked to or, been passed along from other people, the only irrefutable evidence is an unhinged person has a DM from me saying, I can't invite you to my party because you're messy, and over 4 people warned me about you. Sorry. And honestly, like, that wasn't even me trying to be a bitch. Like, I hosted a party like 3 years ago, and imagine that. Imagine somebody is still so butthurt that they didn't come to my party, that they are acting like this. It's unreal. So, yeah, that's her proof. And that Heather, took it so to heart and was so convinced that that means I'm working with the cops because I hosted a party 3 years ago and I didn't want to invite your bullshit crazy friend. Sorry, I wasn't willing to, actually have the cops called on me because I know she was at a party at a bar out here in Portland where the cops did get called on her. And I didn't want to have that messy type of stuff where I was hosting a party, you know, like, no thank you. That party was actually like super fun, but that's literally the only proof, just that I hosted a party that I said like, sorry, you can't come to. And she got really upset about that. So I also found out that an ex of mine, who is unfortunately back in Portland now, which I find very interesting. You know, they always really, really struggled with this work and this job. They never really succeeded. They were always floundering, and they didn't have many clients here. And so they were going to move somewhere else where they thought they would get more business, and no, they didn't. So now they're back here. And, you know, it's pretty sad that they were so willing to corroborate these lies that they knew were lies, but I think maybe they received some sort of like popular girl cred for or something. So, some bullying points. So, you know, hopefully it was worth it for you, you know. You're not going to be doing well anytime soon. It's just, you know, your energy exudes, and it's just, what's the point? So, you know, I don't know if any of you saw this, but Ella West, who is a sex worker, made a video just kind of like, just calling out all of the mean girl drama and just saying like, fuck you, I'm not afraid of you, like, you people are bullshit. And it was like really, really touching to me, honestly. Like, you know, her and I didn't know her that well. I mean, I interviewed her for my podcast, which I still have not like edited or figured any of that out. So sorry about it, people. Maybe at some point I'll get my podcast together this year if you're all interested still. But I mean, she seemed chill, you know, like we had both shot with the same photographer. You know, we were like mutuals. We like talked vaguely. And in recent times, because of Clubhouse and other things, I had been talking to her more and more and getting to know her more. But I mean, you know, still like we weren't super close. Like I would just call us like, you know, light friends. And then as all this stuff was going on, she, you know, was obviously very torn because she was friends with this Heather person and, you know, could see that like she wasn't, in her opinion, that she wasn't like a bad, evil person. She just made a mistake. But because like she was unable to like apologize or like not be manipulative towards Ella, like, I don't know. I feel honestly bad. Not that like it's my fault. I just feel shitty about that, you know, that like a nice person, or I'm sure multiple people maybe fell out of friendship with this Heather or other people. And it's like, that was not my intent. I didn't want, oops, my bad. Sorry. I didn't want like lives to be destroyed, you know. That's not me. That's the accusers. That's like Heather and her crew. Those are the ones, they want to ruin people's lives. I don't want to do that. I just wanted it to stop happening to me. And it's really unfortunate when somebody equates disagreeing with them to like a fight or a conflict where it's like, I'm allowed to not agree with you, right? So I was just like really, really appreciated that Ella said that. I also have a very close friend, Joni, who made a little tweet thread just like in support and appreciation of me, just saying like, you know, I believe Molly. I know like she's not a cop. And I mean, this is one of my closest friends here in Portland. Like, you know, she's been to my house a bunch. I've been to her house. We know each other's real shit. You know, we fucked each other, worked together, do all sorts of things. So, it just really meant a lot that like a close friend and then also a light friend that's, you know, hopefully Ella and I will become closer friends down the road. She seems really chill and just fun and everything like that. So, you know, it was very, and then I heard from some other people. I probably had like, I don't know, maybe like 8 to 10 like acquaintances slash friends reach out in response to some people like standing up, just saying like that they were really impressed that like people were so brave and like they weren't able to be brave, but like that they like felt bad, you know, that kind of thing. Just, I'm not able to do XYZ, but like, you know, I support you. Because honestly, like I get it, you know, we're not out here on, sorry, there's like some dude walking by. we're not here just like on our normal like civilian social medias. It is client facing. So, you know, this is a job. So I understand for some people, regardless of the situation, regardless if people's lives are getting ruined or, you know, this or that, they are just like, hey, I don't want to get involved. I don't. And I mean, honestly, that is fair. I don't expect or ask anybody to do anything of any sort when it comes to that. Like, if you want to say something, cool. But like, at the end of the day, like, we are here to make money, and I wouldn't want to do anything. Sorry, I'm looking for a lighter. I wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize someone getting paid. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate people reaching out and just saying, hey, that sucks. And, you know, it means a lot to me because for a long, long time, I felt like really isolated from the community, you know. There's still like handfuls of people that have blocked me on Twitter that are like either related to this or related to something else regarding this and like spawned from this that, you know, I talked about this a lot with my therapist about how, you know, just how, you know, we have this basic instinct to be like liked by people. And, you know, it's not always so easy when people don't like us. So, you know, that's been something that I have to work on. So I basically just wanted to make this just to say like, hey, like, I am not going to like make this some whole wild crusade to like whatever. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be like posting about this every fucking day, but I mean, bitch, 4 days ago you're threatening to sue me. So you have to understand that I am still a little jarred and affected by all this. Like, my adrenal glands are crying from all of this bullshit stress. And so, I mean, obviously things will dissipate. They'll go away. Not go away. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, honestly. All I'm trying to say is that, like, I see you. I will never, ever forget what you said, what you've done. The 6 of you, you little toxic bullies. I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing well. I'm in the community. I'll be a sex worker until my pussy's all dried up. And, I mean, or I'm 6 feet under. I don't even know what to say. Maybe my pussy's dried up. I'll just do other sorts of things. But, I won't forget this. So, you know, when someone asks me if I know who you are or if this ever gets brought up or anything like that, like, just know that I won't forget this. And you have to live with the consequences of your actions. And since you're so unwilling to accept any accountability, like, yeah. I will not forget. And yeah, if anybody wants receipts or proof or anything like that, I totally have it. I have lots of bullshit that's related to this. But moving forward, I probably will be touching on some different topics on my channel here. You know, I think bullying is very prevalent and relevant and just important to talk about. And but I mean, I am also wanting to talk about different things about like sex work and my candle business and all sorts of things. So I was able to schedule an appointment to get vaccinated. So I am super excited about that. So that will be great. You know, karma, right? All of these wild, crazy, psycho people trying to ruin me. And I'm like, no, please don't bully. And some universal thing is like, hey, we'll give you some sort of good thing to happen. So, you know, that's good. I am super excited. I'll be getting vaccinated soon, and I made some pretty cool candles. I have some new candles in my store, like these big dick energy ones. They're like all holographic-y. I'll link my store in the description below. But you know, yeah, it was just really important to me to address all of this again and to just say, like, I still have that video. I might repost it. I'm really upset that I was like bullied and spooked into like taking that down. But I mean, I have to like be gentle on myself and understand that like I'm the type to like ruminate about things. So I would be constantly thinking like, oh no, like, are they going to do that? Or I don't know, later on after I removed it, I was like, how would she know my legal name? Because it's not like she can just, say, I want to sue this like Molly person from YouTube. But when you're stressed and frantic and in that parasympathetic nervous system, you're not totally thinking clearly nor rational. So, that's just kind of what's been going on here. Uh, I yeah, I like been making some candles. I just hit 20 sales. I made 20 sales total, which I mean, in my opinion, I think that's fucking rad. Like, I am just a little random whore in Oregon making candles and wanting to, here's a little, it smells so good. Just making candles and wanting people to like be excited about them. And I am on Etsy, and I mean, I have my Twitter and I have like an Instagram, but I mean, it's just, but most of my sales are from either other sex workers or like clients that are in support. So yeah, if you want to make my day and you want a candle, you can totally buy one. But yeah, there's just like a lot of things, and people are never what you think. And not always. I mean, sometimes there's somebody and they are like obviously what you think. But sometimes, people surprise you. And I was just so touched by like just the support from some people, just that, they don't know me and they could have heard that I work with the cops and just been like, fuck this person. And for them to be like, well, maybe this is bullshit. Like, I felt like it was just very touching. So thank you to those people and to all of my friends. I have some great friends here that spent my birthday with me here in town. And, if I didn't have them, it would be dark times, They're like my closest friends. We Skype like once a week. We talk all the time. And, in my 30 whatever years of existence, I have not had a lot of friends where I authentically and confidently felt like I could tell them something I was upset with them about, disagree with them, or like just fuck up in general. Like, I felt a lot of friendships I had to like always be on my best behavior. Like, I just had to like, if something was upsetting me, I should just keep it in and like don't cause drama, don't cause conflict. And these friends now, it's like, just, it's different. I feel like it's a combination of me being really like, I work a lot on my mental health and I do therapy weekly. I'm like really working hard on that. And then I feel like it kind of like attract similar people. Like, my one close friend here, she's also like in therapy and super aware of like, just things like that. And my other friend here is, they're like trans, non-binary. And I think like, and this is not to overgeneralize at all, because I know that queer people are all different types of people and trans people are all different types of people. But this specific friend of mine is a trans person, like trans non-binary. They're in that, that realm, because I think they're like trans mask, but they're very just like, they're mature, they are like, he'll just like, you can have a conversation with them, and like, they could be upset with me about something, or I could be upset with them about something, but it's like, we can communicate and say, hey, like this thing. And I think that they've had to work so hard, which is sucky for our fucking society, to like communicate their needs and explain and like stick up for themselves. And I think they've had so much practice working on just how bullshit people can treat trans people and stuff, that they are very just, I don't know. It's like there's no games, if you know what I mean. Like, I guess I've had friends for so many years that there was like these weird mind games and, like these tests that you didn't even know were tests. And now where I'm looking around, and I mean, my friends here are amazing. And then even my online friends that I've been getting closer to that are, around in different areas, are like the types where I can say, hey, like, this is something that happened and it bothered me. And like, I wanted you to know that like this thing hurt my feelings. When I was younger, I would be like so terrified to tell a friend that she hurt my feelings or he hurt my feelings or whatever, because I would think that that meant that they were going to just either like leave or not want to deal with me, or if it was too much effort. Yeah. And so having that, you know, courage, and also it's not even courage, because I mean, it's partly like work that I've done, but it's also the environment that the friend and the friendship has fostered. Like having that type of environment where I feel like I can disagree with you. I feel like I can say, hey, like this thing is kind of weird, or like, did you know when you said this, it could kind of mean that, you know, it's just, those are the most treasured relationships I have, where I can just like, I don't have to like vent to another friend about them. I don't have to say like, oh no, like I'm so stressed out about XYZ because, you know, this person is really overstepping a boundary, but I don't know how to do it. You know, it feels so great where you can just, you know, boundaries are healthy. And when you find people that recognize and realize that having boundaries and stuff are healthy, it will really, opens up a whole new world of intimacy and all sorts of shit. So, yeah. Thanks for listening. That's all.